I mean, Henry was saying to me, he knows people in the league that say, oh, I don't play defensive. And I thought, geez, what if the coach of the Detroit Lions said, yeah, I don't worry about the defense part. I'm just going to do offense. How stupid.
I know people like that.
How dumb is that?
I know good players that say the same thing.
It makes no sense.
They say to me, why do you have to play defense if you're good enough? I'm like,
because you're not those people that are saying that can't possibly be that good. Because Shane Van Boning uses defense a lot.
Yeah.
Earl Strickland uses defense a lot.
Yes.
Everybody else, every other pro uses defense a lot in 9-ball. So why wouldn't you use it a lot? On top of it. And Robin, you still have the habit. I was watching you play over here the other day of shooting a shot here and then coming over here and very carefully lining up your object ball and then coming down like this. And you can't see that line from there.
Right.
You need to come back here and do this. So this is going to be what Robin and Walling and I, this is my sister Robin Walling for the video, did hundreds of times over a couple of years period when she used to come over to my house and protect me from the crazy woman.
Love it.
We would play for hours and hours and hours. Yes. And we talked our way through every bit of it, right, Robin?
Really?
This is what I'm thinking. How about this? And catching each other, making our mistakes, and helping each other to learn to play. To me, that's the best way to learn to play pool tactically, is to walk through and hear somebody else's advice.
Yeah.
The idea where I also hear in APA, I hate it when my captain interrupts me. Well, chances are, if your captain interrupted you, you were about to do something really dumb. And why do you want to keep doing dumb things and not be interrupted? I want to be interrupted. Which reminds me of the best timeout I ever had.
No!
And I thought that was so hilarious that and she did that just to loosen me up.
Yes.
And I didn't get any reward for it. I did make the shot.
You did.
But that wasn't that wonderful.
Afterwards?
That's a timeout right there. And that's why you always stop and listen. You always take a timeout. I'll take a timeout from anybody anytime because I can always ignore them and do whatever the hell I want anyway. And maybe they'll be mad at me afterwards, but I can still do whatever I want. But why not hear from somebody else? Maybe they're going to say, you're about to shoot the stripes and you have solids.
Right. That has happened.
You don't have to give a timeout.
You don't, but you get my point.
You're right.
No.
You're about to do something, you didn't notice something. Sometimes in one pocket, my opponent has pointed out, you know, you had a straight-in shot there and you were so focused on thinking you needed to play safe that you just went ahead and played the safe instead of taking the straight-in shot. No. So these things happen.
I had a match last night, a 9-ball match, and I was on, I was getting ready to make a fairly easy shot. And I got down and my, one of my teammates called a timeout and I was like, he walked over and he goes, you only need 1 ball. I wanted you to know that.
That's a good
He goes, you need 1 ball. And I was like, all right. Yeah. So I didn't know that. I try not to keep track because it makes me nervous to think about.
You need to know that when you only have 1 ball left because
then you don't have to worry about getting shaped.
Getting shaped.
That's right. Exactly right. And that's why because I was like, why is he calling a timeout? Yeah. But he was like,
just make the ball.
And that's what this Okay, let's lag for break.
Okay. Oh, lag for break. Okay. Okay. Already too slow, I can tell. We'll see. Maybe not. See?
Okay. So Robin has the break.
All right. So who racks on?
The opponent racks in APA, and we'll be.
That's right. That's right.
We should use APA rules because that's what you're going to use when.
Yes.
And there are a few little differences when you're playing for points in APA. You might use a little bit different tactics at times. Like you might take a chance at pocketing the 9-ball when you wouldn't otherwise.
Right.
For example, but usually you're playing it the same way. Okay, so this is we're watching each other, giving advice. Each of you should want the other to do well. This is not about vicious effort to win. It's about learning how to play strategically, tactically, and with good form.
Yes.
Beautiful form.
Really?
Beautiful.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Dang it.
Oh my God, it's so much better than that wild swing you had.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, really.
Good.
Look at you spread the balls out all over the table. Now in APA you can't do a push out.
No.
Here is Robin's break from before we started working together, and she got advice from her friends about how to break, and she's trying to do a professional level break, but it is very, very uncontrolled. Now she has a completely controlled stroke, is staying within herself, making a ball, and spreading out the other balls all over the table.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, really.
Good.
Look at you spread the balls out all over the table. Now in APA you can't do a push out.
No.
You call that, you said something about a push-out. What is that?
A push out is under most 9-ball rules. Right now you could push this, any ball you want, you can move on the table with your stick. You can bump them. You have to hit the cue ball first. But like I could just bump into the 8 and make the shot easier for me. Then your opponent gets to choose whether they'll take it from that position or not. So if I'm a good jumper, for example, I might just bump this right up here, and if you're a bad jumper, you're not going to take the jump shot, you'll take the kick shot. But if you give it back to me, I'm going to take the jump shot, and if I can make that, I'm way ahead of the game. So that's allows you, but APA doesn't allow you to do that.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to try to pocket this one ball, but I'm actually going to hit it hard enough so that it doesn't, if it doesn't pocket, it doesn't leave it laying there for her to put in.
But do you know how to pocket this ball?
Well, I was going to try to come off the rail about...
Well, there's a trick you can do to find that spot.
Okay.
And it's a real cool trick.
Okay.
What you do is find the contact point, like right there.
Yep.
And what I do is this, then I measure the distance from that contact point to there. Whoops. So I measure that distance, and then I bring it out here. And the right place to hit this is double the distance. So if I put my finger right there, that's right on the right side of that. So if you line up over there and aim right between those 2 points on that diamond, that should be about the right spot.
Right between these 2 points?
To pocket it.
Okay.
If you wanted to hit it more fully, you would come over here. See, then you'd be sure you'd hit it fully. And the reason this is true is because the table's a mirror image.
Right.
You're creating a mirror image. So the right place to aim at would be as if there were another table here and you're actually aiming at that pocket. Double the distance.
Wow.
So double the distance from there to there. This works on every one of these shots, and so you're aiming right there, just to the right of that center point. And again, you're right about hitting it firmly. Pretty close.
Close, but it accomplished what I...
Yes.
Yeah.
You gave Kathy a difficult shot.
So, yeah, I should have hit it a little lighter. I might have. But that was... So double the
so
distance.
talk about what you're thinking, Kathy. Oh, you're going to come here? Okay, here's something I would say. Yeah, you need to hit the one ball. And this is a truism. If you can hit your object ball directly in amateur pool, hit it. Don't try kick shots. So, for example, I know quite a few people that might try to kick this from here.
To get it out there, 'cause the nine's right there.
Right, but
Yeah, you got it.
if you just skim the edge of that ball, your cue ball is going to come all the way back down here. And the one ball could go right behind the 8 or right next to it. You can leave her pretty darn good.
Are you on bad to me?
You're just hitting the edge of the one ball. Okay, see that?
So as long as I mean,
All you have to do is hit the one ball, and you're probably going to be safe.
something has to hit the rail, right?
Yeah, if you hit it too full, you could go into this pocket or all kinds of things. You want to skim it, almost as if you're cutting it towards that pocket, or over here like this. Just hit the edge of it, and hit it hard enough. The cue ball is going to go all the way back up table like you're lagging. Yeah, now you hit that very full, but it turned out okay.
Okay. Wait, if I call a safety, I don't get a second
You don't
shot,
have to
right?
call anything in 9-ball.
Okay, I don't. Okay. All right. All right. So.
It's actually pretty good. You left her a long ways away and left her with a potential scratch shot if she hits it too full. You see how careful she was about the angle she hit that at? On every shot, even if it's a safety, you should be that careful about the angle that you're hitting it at, because that's going to tell you where the cue ball's going to go and where that ball's going to go. And you also need to think about the 30 and 90 degree rule on every safety shot,
Yes.
just like you would when you're pocketing the ball.
That's a good reminder, actually.
Nice try.
Very nice.
Hard and wrong angle.
No, it was fine.
I am going to try to cut that one in.
What are you thinking?
Now I'm just trying to figure out how to get shape on my 2-ball. So,
So what do you see as your choices?
as far as the one,
What you're going to do with, what
So-
pocket can you make it in?
I would like to cut it into this pocket.
Okay, and
there.
what happens to the cue ball if you cut it in there?
So if I'm going to cut it in there, it's going to go,
Well, you're beyond the 30 degree rule, aren't you? Because it's not a 1/4 ball hit.
right, that's right.
If you hit a 1/4 ball hit, it's going to go right here, and the cue ball will go right here. But you're going to be thin cutting it.
Yes.
That means the cue ball is going to come more straight off of this, and it's going to go back and forth. And that's actually a very good choice
Yeah.
to cut that in. Here's the problem with it. The problem with it is that because you're thin cutting it like that, it's going to be rolling slowly, and if you miss, it'll be right here by the pocket for your opponent. That's not a problem in 8-ball because you're leaving your own ball near the pocket, but it's a problem in 9-ball. The other possibility is to bank it.
So my thought then is I'm probably going to try to cut it in there because I feel like even if I leave a little bit, if I bring the cue ball back, it's not going to be an easy shot for her to get the
Exactly.
one
Yep.
in. Okay. So
So you want to hit it hard enough so the cue ball comes here, then back here, and then out here like this, right on the 2-ball.
yes.
And that's not very hard, actually. Because you're hitting it so thin, the cue ball is going to travel a lot further. Nice shot. You did the cut shot quite well.
Wow. That little guy right there is, oh my goodness. Okay. Ball in hand. Oh, shucks.
So now do I want to come down this way?
So you have ball in hand. You tell me, what are your first thoughts?
So I can get, but I want it to come back so I can get on the 2.
Yes, you want to get on the 2.
So I don't know is to hit it straight up or go from there and hit it that way and come back.
Well, there's a problem with this. It's real hard if you're aiming in this direction to make that 1 and get the ball to roll out here. You have to make sure you cut it. If you hit it too full, What happens is because the cue ball's rolling when it gets there, it wants to stay and hold on, hug on to that rail. So you can either come here and it'll naturally roll off in this direction, or if you come here, you have to make sure you cut it, but it's so deep in the pocket, I think right now your chances might be better to go this way, but it's not going to be very easy. Because if you get caught on that point, it'll come right back this way. So you could come here. I think this is a better shot. You come here like this, and you just, boy, it's so deep in that pocket.
I know, my golly.
Yeah, you could come here and hit a half ball hit, center the cue ball at the edge of that, and your cue ball will come over here. But it's so deep, it's hard to get position. I think you're almost better to come here like this. You can put it right there and hit that ball and just let the cue ball go off that way. I think that's your best bet. That makes sense? You can't hit it very hard because that cue ball is going to roll a long ways off of there possibly. See?
Way.
You hit it about twice as hard as you needed.
It's hard to gauge sometimes. With experience, it gets easier.
I'm trying to.
You have to realize the thinner you cut the ball, the further the cue ball is going to roll. And so you have to adjust your speed accordingly. Okay, so there's a shot where you got safe, but it may not have been the wisest shot to make because if you missed at that speed, you were likely to leave her an easy shot, but you didn't.
Okay, well,
So then what should I have done instead of going that way?
Pardon?
What should I have done instead of doing that way?
You could have thought about a safety, and you should do that on every single shot. We're thinking, should I make a ball or should I play safe? And you could have played safe there just by banking the cue ball out and sending, the two ball. Instead of sending the two ball towards that pocket, you could have played safe and sent the cue ball over by that pocket.
do you see anything I don't?
It's going to be very, very hard to hit, but
It is.
you want to try a trick shot?
Oh yeah, I'm up for it.
Shoot it right here and put a lot of draw on it.
Okay, I was wondering if I use some kind of English or something, it might.
You can draw it.
Okay.
Put as much draw as you can get without miscuing. You're aiming right here.
All right.
And a nice smooth draw shot, not super hard. See how much it drew?
Yes.
Let's just grab this and now hit it softly.
With the same draw?
No,
No,
just center ball. Okay, look at the difference in the angle that it took.
Wow.
So draw makes it go shorter.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be long there, but we probably needed to come down here. Let's try that.
With draw or just straight?
Yeah, let's try coming down here with draw. I had the angle a little bit too short, I think.
Oh.
That's okay. Let's pull them back. And let's just let that ball roll, and it's Kathy's shot.
Yes, and you have ball in hand.
Yeah, you have ball in hand. It doesn't matter who wins. We're trying to learn here, right?
Absolutely.
And you're ready for Vegas. You're leaving for Vegas on Monday?
Yeah, a week from what? Today?
A week from today?
Yes.
How long are you there for?
Oh, wow, till Saturday. Monday through Saturday.
Okay, that's a now what moment, isn't it? Did you know where the cue ball was going to go?
I was hoping, but I didn't hit it hard enough to get it back out. I wanted it to be right here.
Yeah, so you needed to hit it harder, and here's the reason why. You were here like this. Doesn't matter which ball it is. And that was very full, right? So you had to hit that really hard because almost all the energy goes out of the cue ball. If you hit a ball very thin like this, then it runs a long ways. But if you hit it very full like that, then it doesn't. So when you're shooting full at a ball like that, you have to hit it quite hard to get it to go there and come back out here. So anyway, you're stuck here now.
Real I am.
But let's just do something here. Let me show you how hard you have to hit that to get it to come back out. So if I'm putting it like this, now you could have gotten it to come back out more by having more of an angle, but the point is, if I'm hitting it very full like that, and I hit it soft like that, it's hardly going to roll at all, because that ball takes all the energy out of it. So in order to get it to come all the way back out here, I have to hit it quite hard. Like that. You see how all the energy got taken out of that ball? Now, if you'd have hit that ball like that, you'd have been right out here like this for that 3-ball.
Or it wouldn't be.
So you have to think about how full am I hitting the ball? It makes such a difference. So if I'm hitting the ball thin, okay, if I'm hitting the ball thin here, and I hit it just very lightly, the cue ball goes a long ways. If I hit the same shot, and I'm hitting this ball more full, to get it to go that far, I have to hit it very hard. See the difference?
Yes.
So that's what's happening there. You have to think about how full am I hitting the ball. That tells you exactly how far it's going to roll. And the way you do that exactly is by doing the mathematics. If I'm hitting the ball in dead center, it's going to stop 100%. If I shot high, it's going to keep rolling afterwards. If I shot low, it's going to roll backwards. But it's stopping 100%, taking all the energy out of it. If I hit it 3/4, it takes 3/4 of the energy out and 1/4 of the distance. So if I were to think, if I'm going to shoot the cue ball, let's say from here up and down the table, and I don't hit anything, I'm going to hit at that speed. Okay, now if I'm hitting a half ball hit, it's going to roll half that distance after it hits that ball. It'll actually go at an angle, but it'll go half the distance. Whatever percentage of overlap you have on the ball is going to exactly take out that much energy from the cue ball. So if you're hitting a half ball hit and you want it to go, let's say 8 feet, if you hit the cue ball 8 feet, then you have to hit it twice as hard to get it to go 8 feet at a 50% hit. 4 times as hard at a 75% hit. Well, your easiest way to hit that ball is with a 2-rail hit. And it's all. And by the way, when you're playing in Vegas, whenever you have the choice between a 1-rail hit and a 2-rail hit, you always want to choose the 2-rail because you have a wider margin of error with a 2-rail hit. So right now, you can shoot it right towards here, and it's going to come here like this, and then go over in that direction. So you're aiming, let me see. You're aiming about midway between these 2 diamonds and hitting the center of the ball. Now, if you were to aim over here and come at this ball, you have a margin of error that's about this wide. But if you're going there and coming at this ball, you have a margin of error that's this wide, but it's also wider because if you hit here, it could hit out here still. So you have a wider margin of error with a 2-railer like that. So you're aiming Somewhere in this region right here. Now you might not make it, but at least you're making a stab at it.
Nice. Nice.
See?
Nice. That was so
Beautiful.
good.
Yeah.
That was really good. Thinking about putting the 3 in the side pocket.
Okay, if you do that, you're outside the margins of the 30-degree rule, right?
Oh, right.
Because it's going to be a
so
real thin
slim.
cut.
Okay.
So then you ask, where's the cue ball going to go? What's my feeling?
Yes. It's going to go that way, right?
Yeah.
It's going to get stuck over there, maybe.
So if it runs into the 5, it could scratch. If it misses the 5, it could come back out.
So I really want to
So
play a safety
let's take
here.
a look at it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's really a tough shot,
Yeah.
and you're probably going to run into that 5 ball, and your cue ball could go right in that pocket.
Yeah.
So then you ask, well, what can I do for a safety?
And then,
Well, you could cut it right in between those 2 balls, couldn't you? And where's the cue ball going to go? Well, it's going to follow the 30-degree rule. So you come here and go, what's the 30-degree rule say? Well, it says it's going to go in that direction there, right towards the 4. Well, I don't like that very much. So then you ask, what would the 90-degree rule? The 90-degree rule would send it over like that. That's pretty good. So you can shoot low on that and cut it over there towards the 9, kind of. And you might even make the 9 if you hit it.
Yep.
And your cue ball will come over here and go back and forth here.
okay.
You see that? So you have to shoot a stop shot
Yeah.
and cut that ball towards the 9 ball.
Yeah.
Okay, that was very good. You left her a long shot, but let me show you something you did.
Yes.
You went like this. Then you came right like this over here, and you didn't get a line.
Yes. Okay. I gotta
Behind
remember that.
that, yep.
Yes. 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 Okay. I did that so well last night too,
Yep.
and I gotta. Yes.
Yep. Just got to add that in.
I do.
Because you're shooting, I tell you, you're shooting really good. You're shooting like a 4.
Oh, gosh. Good.
Just from watching you the other day playing with, what's his name over there? Carl?
Was it Carl?
Or who was the big guy you were playing with?
Rob? Maybe.
The cue maker guy, the cue seller guy?
Yeah, Rob.
Oh,
That's
Rob is
Robert.
his name. Okay.
Rob. Yep. Okay.
And in your matches, you gave some heartache to poor Justin there for a while.
No, it was the first guy that I had really good match.
Oh, okay.
That was a really good match. So, okay.
It's a hard game, ain't it?
I know what I want to do, it just, I can't make it do it.
That's what working on those fundamentals is about. We'll work on aiming too sometime. Because I think that might be something that your alignment and aiming, I think sometimes are what are causing you to miss shots.
All right.
But if you get that shot routine down, yeah, so that it's embedded, then that's one less thing you have to worry about. It'll take care of itself.
Okay.
Nice effort.
Felt like I really could.
And you stopped it so you could get on the 4, right? You thought that through?
Yep. I did. Darn it. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Yes.
Okay, you followed it.
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, without going in.
Well, you hit high on the ball, and you probably would have wanted to just,
Hit it just straight on, make.
you probably would have wanted to stop it to keep it from following it into the pocket, but you did okay. Now, this is where you could come up with a now what moment if you're not careful. Where do you want that cue ball, and how can you get it there? I mean, you can make this shot pretty easy, right? Most of the time?
Me?
Yeah.
So I probably want to stop it, wouldn't I? To be on, or do I?
Well, if you stop it, if you do a stop shot, where's the 90-degree rule take it? Where's it take it?
Probably behind the 8 ball.
No, it's going to go 90 degrees to the spot that it hit. So it would go right here and back out that way.
That would be
That wouldn't be bad, would it? If you do the 30-degree rule, actually it's almost too small to do it, but it would be like this peace sign, right? And it would go there and it would come back out here. So either one works, but the 30-degree rule is probably easier to use. A rolling cue ball is probably easier for you to shoot that distance. So really you just want to make it. If you make it and that cue ball is rolling, it's going to come right out somewhere where you might get on the 7. But the normal thing for a 2 or a 3 to do is going to be leave the cue ball right on the end rail on this shot by hitting it too soft. This is about speed. It's hitting it hard enough to get the cue ball to transfer energy and then roll up the table a little bit. Okay, so you overcut it, but that's okay. You chose the right shot. Choosing the right shot is 9/10 of it.
Aim to put the 5 ball back here. Okay.
Okay, how do you want to hit this? How hard are you going to hit it?
So I'm going to hit it with a little bit of left, and I'm going to cut it a little bit, and I'm going to probably hit it like a medium speed.
Well,
I'm thinking,
how full are you going to hit the
right.
ball?
So
Like
I'm going to
3/4, 1/2?
like a half.
Okay. Then, if you were to just bounce the cue ball down and back out to the center of the table, you'd want to hit about twice that speed, except it's going to come off this way, right?
Mm-hmm. So, do you think I'm hitting it too?
Well, I think it's a half ball hit. If you were to hit the center of the cue ball right here, it's going to send that off in that direction.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So more center with a little left.
Yeah, except that it's really close to the rail and you're liable to get a double kiss.
I said that's why I was thinking I have to hit it.
So have you thought about the option of safety?
I didn't think about
Because this is a hard shot. You're only going to make it twice out of 10 tries. Can you make a safety more often?
Yes.
And if so, where are you going to put it?
So if that's the other thing, like a safety.
I think you can send this ball right over by the 8 ball.
By just hitting it like a quarter ball?
No, you're going to hit it the way you wanted to hit it back there. If you hit that in a half ball hit, it's going to go boom like that right over towards there.
So just don't hit it very hard.
Just hard enough to get it there.
Okay. You said a quarter ball?
No, half ball hit, approximately. Okay,
Oh boy, that was bad.
that didn't work out. I couldn't see where you hit it at. Let's try that again.
Oh.
I want to this time get over it and see where you hit it at. Can you see this shot okay, Kathy?
Okay.
So it may be that it requires a little bit more than let's just see, do a half ball hit. So you're aiming the center of the cue ball at that edge.
No. Yep.
Yeah, you hit it way fuller than that. Yep.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Ooh, but the ball was going in a better spot.
Yeah, where? Yep, right.
Yeah, but you double kissed it. Center of the ball right here.
Oh,
No, you're double kissing it.
double kissed it again. So I'm hitting it.
That's
too
because you're
full.
hitting it too full.
Okay.
You really need to have the center of the cue ball hit all the way out on the edge of this ball. I want you to see how that rolls when you do that. There, you hit it. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I should have done.
Yep. You have a tendency to want to hit that too full. So let's see what Kathy can do with that now that we've positioned it remarkably bad for her.
This is not fair.
So, but this is an important shot too. You need to figure out how to hit that ball. And there's not a two railer really available, so you have to do it with a single rail. So if you were to think about this, if your object ball was sitting right here, then half the distance to that's right where this diamond is, right? So you could aim right at this diamond and make the ball go right there. So if you want to hit that, it's almost 2 diamonds from the rail. If you just move over here about half a diamond or even less than half a diamond like that, it should hit that ball. In fact, it should be about half a diamond probably. Let me see. Yeah. If you hit midway between those, you're going to come pretty close to that ball. Pretty close. That's ball in hand, but you can use this system all the time. So for example, if the cue ball's here and I hit there halfway across, it should come back to the mirror image position right here, right? So that tells me if I want to go all the way down here, from here, I have to shorten that up a little bit. It's a little bit right of the diamond. Now those balls are in the way, but you get my point, right? You can use these diamonds to figure out where the halfway point is on it.
And to hit that orange one instead of the 8 ball, I should have hit a little farther to the right. Or did I just?
Yes, so just a smidgen to the right would have gotten it. And I didn't notice whether you hit where I told you to or not, but that should have been pretty close.
Boy, this is a little bit tricky. I'm thinking about.
Where would you like to end up on the 7 ball?
I know. Well, it would be nice if I ended up like right here. Then
So
I
you can make the combination?
Yeah, I could put the 8 in. Or
You
right
could go for the
here.
combo on the 9.
Yeah. So I thought about that
Okay.
and drawing it back. Or I thought about hitting it more this way to bring the ball around into this
Well,
area.
that's pretty complex, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. There's 2 simple shots you could do to get to the combination. One is to draw this back, but the other would be to come here and follow it. And I can tell you that follow shots are always easier to do than draw shots to get position.
Yes.
So if I had the choice, I would put the cue ball right here and just follow up to here.
Okay.
Because you really don't have a good way to get it. You could follow further and put the 7 in the side,
Yeah, that's true.
But you have to hit an exact spot here to do that. But here, you actually have a realistic opportunity to maybe do the combo.
Yeah.
So you need to come over here like this and ask, where do I need to be? I need to come out right about there. And I'll be right straight on that.
Yeah.
So then come here and say, how do I get there? I line that up and I get there.
Oh, too much. Too much.
Okay, that was a little robust,
A little robust. Okay. Okay. All right. It's
but
okay.
you came out okay.
Yeah.
Okay, where's your cue ball going to end up?
That's what I'm just kind of lining this up. So, my cue ball is going to. Good scratch.
If you hit it that hard,
Yes.
what if you just hit it lightly, just hard enough to get this ball here?
That's what I need to do.
It's going to take about, it's about a half ball hit, so it's going to take away 50% of the energy. So if you hit it hard enough to get the cue ball here and make it, the cue ball's only going to come halfway.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, shoot.
It's okay, that was a tough try. The fact that it went so far is because you overcut it, that made it thinner, so the cue ball carried more energy and went further. If you'd have hit it to the right angle to the pocket, the cue ball probably would have ended in here somewhere.
Okay.
Okay? There's one other thing. Okay, let's talk about we're covering a lot of stuff here, but that's the whole point of this, is
Yeah.
we get to see a lot of things, and you're going to retain maybe a few things and not retain other things. But Robin, I'm not as sure about you, Kathy, but what you want to do when you have a shot like that is to keep your cue stick as level as you possibly can. And Robin, you had something like this,
Oh.
and you were shooting down on the shot. If you'd have shot with your cue stick level, you had a lot higher chance of making it. Every inch you go up reduces your shot making capability by about 10%.
Okay.
So if I go up 5 inches like that, I'm reducing it by about 50%. I have half as much chance of making it as I had before, because you're imparting spin on the ball. Even if you're only 1/100th of a millimeter off center, it imparts backspin to the ball, and backspin makes the ball curve. That's what a
Okay.
massé shot is. You're familiar with a massé
Yes.
shot? When you shoot down, you can make the ball practically turn a corner. Well, when you shoot down on it from here, it's still turning,
Yeah.
and it's turning so quickly that it turns before it gets to that ball. And so I'd like to see your hand above the stick
Yes.
in these situations like this, not below it, because that causes you to have to jack up.
Okay.
Okay, your shot, Kathy. So I would practice this rail shot.
Oh, yeah.
There, you can do it several ways. You can do it like this, but you don't want to do it like this.
No. Okay.
You're shooting down on the ball.
I'll never forget that now that you told me the
Good.
percentages. That resonates with
It's really sensitive.
Jeez.
See, that's the way to do the bridge. That was nice.
Nice.
Okay,
Right.
straight out of our playbook.
I know.
What do you do here?
I'm going to try to stop the ball
Yes.
and again, get good shape on the 8. I should be able to do this if I do. do it right. Because I've got a good combination going
Okay,
on there.
if you shoot, you got two options, believe it or not, for a
Yeah.
stop shot here.
Okay.
You can shoot a stop shot towards the center of the pocket, and the cue ball will come over here a little bit, or you can shoot it towards this side of the pocket and stop it dead. That's the amazing thing about this. That little bit, that 1 millimeter of difference on the face of this ball will send it either here or here, but you can move the cue ball. I don't want you to think too much about that. I just want you to be aware of it. I would just try to, the easiest shot for you is just to stop the ball and then have a little teeny cut shot on that 8 ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe I did that. Okay.
Okay, you stayed down on that shot really good. I missed your shot, Kathy, but you came up out of that other 8 ball shot when you were shooting it in the side. And that tends to happen when you have a tougher shot. You felt more
nervous.
confident of this shot, so you stayed down on it. That shot, you came up out of it a little bit. Oh, no.
I made a great shot.
Okay, so you have ball in hand on the 9 ball.
My gosh. Okay, well.
Don't do that in Vegas.
No, I even tried to put low on it, and then I wanted to hit it.
How many of you are going to Vegas?
8 of us.
Partners?
A team. It's our team. Yeah, there are 8 of us.
The whole team's going, huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Gives the captain more options.
Nice stop shot.
And that's what you needed to do, right?
Exactly. It was so far.
So you rack for her.
Yeah. That's where I was like, my shot was, I mean, it was the entire length of the table.
Okay, in that case, you want to not hit the center of your object ball, right?
And my, yeah. Oh, you mean my cue ball?
No.
Oh, my object
No,
ball.
the object ball. So show me the shot.
Okay, so it was like this. So I was way back here, and it was, I mean, it was literally like straight in.
Okay, so for that, you've got a lot of options. You can hit it here.
So it was
Here,
really in the center of the
here,
pocket,
here.
though. It was like, yeah,
Like that?
Yes.
So this is easy.
Wait, except, okay, I have to tell you, so this is going to make a difference, actually. So it was more like here, though.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So that's where I got.
But you said you were straight on.
I was, so it would be.
Okay. In that case, yeah, it
Yes.
just becomes a speed shot.
Yes.
But you're better off to follow it rather than try to draw it. Because for you to hold the draw, that whole distance
And look
of
how
that
it was
table,
in here, so I didn't have as much.
I mean, let's just do a little exercise. Try to use a stripe, 9 ball. Use a stripe and see how far you can you give your best draw shot and see how far you can carry it.
How far I can slide it?
Before it starts sliding.
Okay. Before it starts rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to put a ball there for you to aim at.
So now here, this is, do I want to lift the back of my cue up for this shot?
You're going to have to
Okay,
to
that's
draw
what I
it.
got.
Sometimes you have to lift the back of your cue up. It's just when you don't have to that you shouldn't. Okay, it started sliding way back here, right? That means that now it's rolling and it's going to follow that ball. Only it's following it hard, so when it hits it, if it hits it square, it's going to follow it right in.
Right.
And I don't think you yet have the stroke to carry it all the way. In that case, the best thing for you to do is to roll it because you can control the speed better rolling it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, to roll it like a center ball?
To roll it soft enough so it's not going to follow it all the way in. If you shoot draw in it, you're going to have to shoot it hard to get it there. And if it doesn't quite make it there, then it's going to be going hard and it's going to roll in. There, that was a little too hard. It's just a speed thing. But